Brassel, hey, what's going on? Dream, hello, hello. Yeah, doing all right. What do you think of that mod choice? I saw that. Chisel and bits. I like it. I like it. Looks good. I added it to the list. Sorry, I didn't say anything about it. Kind of slipped my mind. But yes. How about you, Dream? What's going on? Nothing. Fair enough. Fair enough. And Dagger, friends in AQ3D. Cool. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Give everybody a chance for their notifications to go out. New level is 29. Nice. Did it already take place? I mean, we heard about it. We heard it was coming. They finally make it legit. Cool. Interesting. Very cool. Okay, I want to go ahead and thank lovely people on Twitch for their auto host. Looks like we're dropping some frames. Oh, we dropped all the frames again. We just had a huge lag spike. Or I should say a frame droppage. Something bad happened. Looks like we're back. New rewards for Moglin Kickstarter. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We had a frame droppage there. I hope hope everybody got the message. Just refresh your stream. Anyway, I want to give shout outs to Ratchet12146, aka Tony. We got Meat Crumble, Saradak, Myru Frost, Kit Kat Cat, Dat Dabdo, Eponia, Little Mousy John, KY Blue, Acting Relic, Roxy Reaper, 1303, Kayakone, Twin Minds, Prongsley84, Lord of Envy, and Omniverse Nomad for their hosts. Alright, good. Glad everything's working. I was a little worried about it. Just all of a sudden, just everything dropped to 0. We've been having technical issues for the last couple of weeks. Still not sure what it is. But anyway, let's get on with some Magic Arena tonight. Those people are all lovely Twitch people, by the way. They're hosts, auto hosts, all kinds of good stuff. And I very much appreciate it. All right, make sure everything's looking good. It seems that it indeed is, possibly. There we go. Okay, good. And let me move some stuff around here real quick. Like so. And let's get into it. So we don't have a lot of time tonight. It'll probably be a relatively short-ish stream. We'll probably have time for like one draft. But still, we're going to go ahead and draft. I kind of wanted to do this cascade thing, but I don't think I have a deck built for it. And I really don't. Yeah, I'm just going to skip. Just going to skip it this time. So we'll just do a draft tonight. Rank draft, Throne of Eldraine. And draft. All right. 5,000 gold. Not a problem. We got the money. So I save up my gold. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's see what we have. We have Stormfist Crusader, Human Knight, 2 mana, 2/2 menace. Beginning your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses 1 life. Huh. Fairy Vandal, Frogify, Grumgully as an uncommon. It's really good. This Merfolk could be crazy. Ginger Brute's pretty good. Let's take a look at the tier list. And let's see where this Stormfist Crusader sits. I got a feeling it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's in the middle, but on the upper side, so to speak. As far as gold cards go, it's not really that good. Grumgully is actually a much better choice. Grumgully is a way better choice. Like, probably the best pick. That does automatically push us into red-green, which isn't the worst thing ever. It's not the best, I think. I think black-green's probably the best. But, and black-blue's got its things too. But red-green's pretty good. It's not bad. It's very strong. Just out of the other uncommons, Frogify, not really all that. Fairy Vandal, also, Fairy Vandal's pretty good. Fairy Vandal's pretty good. It's about as good as Grumgully. So, we could either choose to go Flash Flying, draw your second card, get a counter. It can work, but Grumgully could be really strong. So I guess we're going to try red-green tonight. I think even over this Stormfist Crusader. If you looked at that, what's his name, Magic Historian's video, you just draft the rares. And, to get all the rares for a set. But you don't even play the draft. You don't have to play the draft. I'm more interested in winning the draft. So I'm going to take the better card here, which to me sounds like Grumgully. It's either Fairy Vandal or Grumgully, actually. I'm going to skip this rare. It's not that good of a rare. Unless you're specifically making a Knight deck, which would be... Non-human is a lot easier than Knight, right? Between the creature types. Just stay away from human. Whereas Knight is very specific. This just says stay away from human. This says it must be Knight. Essentially. Now, granted, this doesn't have synergy right on itself, but I don't know. It can be strong, but the fact that it gives your opponent a card as well, yeah, not so good. Not so good. Menace is cool. It stays on the board a little bit easier, but yeah, giving your opponent a card isn't great. So I'm gonna go with Grumgully. All right. Oh, then they give us Linden. Linden is a great card on its own. Linden is a great card on its own, but it's not great for draft. We're already looking at red-green, and none of our none of our cards, none of the uncommons are red-green. Though we could splash. That's what you'd call a problematic start already. If you splash black, then that goes against our non-human Grumgully, right? That said, it's still early in the draft. We don't have to just settle for Grumgully, right? Just because that was our pick doesn't mean we have to stick with it. So I think we should probably still take an uncommon here, but I don't know if it's worth... Let's take a look at Bell of the Brawl, because that may just change our... Bell of the Brawl is considered pretty good. Not quite as good as Grumgully. Our other options would be to take In Color. Garen Brigg doesn't really help us that much. It's not human, which is great. Searing Barrage is a good card. But, again, we'd have to be playing pretty adamant. I mean, honestly, there's some other cards in black that are really decent. Reeve Soul's pretty good. Reeve Soul's pretty good. You could always go a different route. It's kind of strange to not be grabbing the rares there, but this is really not going to be very playable unless we go almost entirely mono-white. And even if we did, it's life gain. It's life gain. But again, that's not the biggest and the best thing ever. 3 mana for a 3/3. Not bad. But yeah, it's not the best set of pick there. We could either go ahead and take the Bell of the Brawl and then choose to not stay red-green, or we can just go ahead and say, to heck with it. None of these match our strategy. And grab something that is, a little more in line with Grumgully. These both being adamant makes it a little bit tough because we don't know which one is the best. But I'd say out of the two, Searing Barrage is better than Garen Brigg. Only because it's removal. So... I mean, Searing Barrage is rated relatively, again, in the upper half. Not the best, but at least in the upper half. Whereas Garen Brigg is lower half. That's slightly less. So, if we wanted to go draft In Color, we would probably take Searing Barrage here. I'm not really sold on any of these over over the fact, like, if we go out of color. They're not bad options, but they're not the best options either. Yeah, it's pretty questionable. I think we just take the removal card here. None of these are outstanding, so we're just going to take the card best for what we think we're going to play. We got a Wandermere. Spinning Wheel's pretty good. I actually very much like Spinning Wheel. Satiable Appetite's good, but it's common. We'll probably see several of it. Spinning Wheel is a really great way to just keep a creature down. So, it's colorless too, so it works for just about everything. It also mana fixes, 3 colorless. We can then tap for any color. So, yeah, good card. I'm going to take Spinning Wheel. Okay, so here's that anti-synergy, right? You got Grumgully, who says non-human gets bonuses. This guy says knights get bonuses, which, okay, but it's human knight, right? So, it's, things not quite working the way you might want them to. 7 Dwarf, not all that, but it's kind of funny. Ginger Brute's okay. Revenge of Ravens is amazing. Revenge of Ravens is absolutely great. I wonder if we could splash a little bit of black in here. With the Spinning Wheel, we do have mana fixing. Sorcerer's Broom doesn't bother me that much. I don't think that's going to be anything we play. Outmuscle and Ginger Brute are both okay. But Revenge of Ravens is Nutbar, and I would be willing to pass up a Ginger Brute and hopefully splash black for Revenge of Ravens. So we're going to take that. I know it sounds a little strange, but if we're ever going to splash a color, that's a great reason to. Giant Opportunity is a wonderful card. Cauldron's Gift. Black and 4, Adamant. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard. Return it to battlefield with an additional +1 counter on it. If it's Adamant, 3 black. You can put the top 4 cards. You put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Yeah, I'm not real keen on that. Curious Pair, Lash of Thorns, Eye Collector. I think Giant Opportunity is probably the pick here. I'm gonna go look at some of these black cards just to be sure. Giant Opportunity's rated at the kind of the middle range stuff, middle of the pack, so to speak. But you know, Cauldron's Gift, yeah, about the same. What else? Some of these other black cards, Curious Pairs, also about the same. Eye Collector is lower. Lash of Thorns is lower. Memory Theft, also low. So I'm going to take Giant Opportunity here. Maybe we can get some food tokens and get a giant on the table. We'll take a Giant Opportunity. That's what we'll do. All right, Shepherd of the Flock. This white is almost out of the question at this point. Blue also. So Shepherd of the Flock it's kind of got a cool ability, but it's nothing we can live without it. I think we're going to be red and green with a splash of black. So we need to think about. So there's a Human Knight. Not real keen on that. It's haste, but again, it's red and 3. Thrill of Possibility, Eye Collector, Tall as a Beanstalk. I think we should just be looking at these. Runaway Together is a really good card, but it's not really in the color that we're playing, or colors that we've even looked at. So, and I don't think they're good enough to change that. So, Eye Collector's not all that. Embereth Paladin. Embereth Paladin is pretty low. Thrill of Possibility. Thrill of Possibility is kind of in the middle range area. And Tall as a Beanstalk is a little bit lower. And Thrill of Possibility allows us to basically draw 2 cards. It allows us to thin the deck a little bit to get to some of the better stuff. We can discard something to draw 2 other cards. It's an instant, which is also pretty cool. I think we're just going to take that. I'm not really. I think we're going to see more of these, so I'm not too worried about that. And card draw can be good. So I'm just going to take the spell here. Smitten Swordmaster. Wolverine is a second card draw deal. This Double Strike guy is pretty good. Had some pretty good luck with him. Garenbrig Carver is also pretty good. What is it? Raging Redcap, huh? Garenbrig is a human, which plays against what we would actually want to be doing here. But the adventure bonus can be pretty good. Raging Redcap is... I'm looking to see where they list it. It's about even with Garenbrig. We don't have a lot of green right now, but we already have an adamant red, right? So it wouldn't hurt us to just keep continuing down that. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Raging Redcap here. Double Strike can be really strong, and if we can give an extra counter, it'll be a 2/3 Double Strike. It's pretty good. All right, so Eye Collector. Forever Young is a pretty good card if we want to splash. It's unfortunate that Righteousness shows up. That's a really strong card, but not in the colors that we're actually playing right now. I don't think it's like better than Revenge of Ravens, so I think if we're splashing a color, it's still black. This is good all the time. This is good for 1 turn, right? Tree Folk is a nice, big, strong card. Forever Young gets us some stuff back, which wouldn't be too bad. Do I like it better than the Tree Folk? An Ogre Errant's not terrible either. Ogre Errant's not too shabby. Ogre Errant's ranked kind of on the middle, but towards the upper. Forever Young is about the same. Forever Young does have a really cool ability that we can use to, basically counter some mill strategies. We'll probably see it again, though. I'm almost certain we'll see the Tree Folk again. They're a little bit lower. I think I'm going to take Ogre Errant here, even though Forever Young is probably just as good of a pick. We have already taken a lot of spells, though. We already got 1, 2, which is technically should be a we should maybe think of as a creature, but it could be just food tokens. We don't have any food generators at the moment. We'd like this to just turn into a giant. But yeah, we don't have a lot of creatures right now, and Ogre Errant's not too bad. So I'm going to take the Ogre here. And if we do end up with other knights, which like this Goblin Knight, he goes well with the Goblin Knight. So he's already got some synergy. Little extra synergy there. Ginger Brute looks like the pick. I'd love to have maybe gone blue. I don't really care for Wolf's Quarry. Wolf's Quarry, though, would get us the food tokens that we want. Scalding Cauldron's also pretty good. Scalding Cauldron is removal. And Ginger Brute is basically 1 damage guaranteed every turn. So, it's about a 50-50. We don't have any 1-drops at all. And Scalding Cauldron is kind of a 1-use deal. So I think I'm going to take the Ginger Brute here. Yeah, again, it's a not human. It also is a food, which in a pinch we could use for the giant opportunity. So I'm going to go Ginger Brute. Some white cards that we probably shouldn't even care about. Some artifacts, which we're not real keen on. I don't really like... that Crystal Slipper I really don't like. I don't care much for the Scarecrow either. Maybe Weapon Rack is the pick? I don't see myself ever using any of these, to be honest. This feels like a dead pick to me. Weapon Rack they actually consider to be not terrible. Kind of middle of the road. The Scarecrow is a little less good. The Crystal Slipper, I can't imagine being... Yeah, it's even worse. And then the other cards are white, and we're not even playing those colors. So I think we take the Weapon Rack, though I doubt we'll have room for it. And we're shown another Crystal Slipper. These are not terrible. I'm going to take Insatiable... I mean, obviously they're out of color, though. So I'm going to take Insatiable Appetite. Oh, we got 7 Dwarves or another Ginger Brute. Oh, okay. We don't have any 2-drop creatures at the moment. We're only in the first pack, of course. But is Ginger Brute better? I don't think so. I don't think a Ginger Brute's better than... Like, I think they're about the same. Ginger Brute and 7 Dwarves. Ginger Brute might be a little bit better if we want to get that extra damage in, though. Cyber, what's going on? How you doing tonight? We don't have any 2-drop creatures at the moment. 7 Dwarves isn't what I would call a great one, though. They could be okay if we got multiples. But that's like saying you go, that's like saying you go all Murlocs or something. Like, you just... In a draft environment, it's not going to happen very well. We already bypassed the 7 Dwarves. And when you think about it, because you're opening 3 packs, you are seeing multiple packs, though. And the odds of you pulling more than really 2 or 3 of these guys anyway is pretty low. And really, you would probably need 4+ for it to actually mean anything. So, I think Ginger Brute's probably just as good. Do good to predictions, you speaking like that? Good to my predictions. Speaking like that, you're feeling good. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm trying to stave off getting sick. Everybody around me right now is you know, they're but everyone's fighting, you know, trying to stay healthy. I'm doing the same thing. You know, just trying to keep a positive attitude and be like, no, just gotta keep going. That said, we're probably doing a short stream. I gotta get up early tomorrow and get stuff done. But we're gonna get this draft. I guess we take the Ginger Brute. Food synergy. So we can drop out a giant. It's extra damage. Yeah. Memory Theft versus Eye Collector. Ooh. I don't know if either of those are anything we care about. Memory Theft is a discard, right? Reveals their hand, non-land. They discard it. And you can exile, or basically drop their adventure. It's not terrible. Eye Collector does have flying and some mill effects. Light mill. Eye Collector and Memory Theft are both about the same. I guess if I wanted either, I'd probably just take the Eye Collector. It is a creature. It has a flying evasion ability. So I think that's probably... And we're only splashing black. So out of the two, like the odds... Memory Theft is probably best when they have a decent amount of cards in their hand. Well, maybe. No, actually, I take that back. It's probably better later on when they only have 1 or 2 cards in their hand. You do get to choose what gets discarded. So really at any time, it's debatable. Typically, their more powerful cards are not in their opening hand. So it's more of like a mid-gamey thing. This might be a little bit harder for us to actually play on turn 1. Because the odds of us starting out with black mana as a splash color is pretty low. This is still good later on in the game, though, because it does have evasion. So, basically, none of these are intended to be, I don't think, really intended to be played very early in the game. At least, especially with the colors that we get. Again, splashing. If we choose to play any of them, we're probably just going to play the Eye Collector. We get tall as a beanstalk. I said that would probably come up again anyway, so there it is. All right. Oko! Okay, we need to stop for a second and mention that Mr. Oko here has actually been banned in Standard. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I posted in the Discord. Oko is banned in Standard. Now, you could still play him, obviously. He's still playable in other versions, other variants, including Draft. And Oko is ridiculous. If we switched and splashed blue right now, we can basically go ridiculous. Oko is a bomb card. Oko is good enough. Oko's so good he's been banned in formats. Okay, that's how good Oko is. There is no reason, and we're only in the beginning of our second pack. Okay, that means we have time to entirely change our deck. Right? Instead of splashing black, we can forget black. We splash blue, we go Oko. Or we go, we go green-blue. We focus green-blue now instead of anything else. And being that we're still early enough in the draft, we can afford to do that. And then we can splash, red. It could be, we can insert red or black instead. So it'll be blue, green, and something as opposed to red, green, and something. Oko is basically the game. If we get this out, we win, essentially. All right, Cyber. We can stop a lot of stuff. We're just going to take the most...
with me, sing with me. I will enlighten you.
Yes, he will enlighten us. He's basically like the most broken card of the set. So, of course we're taking the most broken card in the set. We now have to change our strategy, but that's perfectly fine. The question now is how do we change that strategy? We need to go blue now. We absolutely need to go blue. We need green, right? Because we want to make sure that when we get a chance to play him almost as soon as possible. We could still say we splash blue, but we want to be able to play him as soon as possible, which means our mana base needs to be able to support green and blue at any given moment. So that pretty much says we have to main green and blue. To that end, we need to focus on things that are not... We need to stop focusing on anything that is not green or blue. Right? For example, Cauldron Familiar, even though it's a pretty good card, I mean, it can be good. It's actually better in like a standard environment where it's built. We wouldn't choose that, right? Savvy Hunter is questionable. It is partially green. I don't think we're going to be going green, blue, black, though. We've already drafted a lot of red. That's, I think if anything, we're probably going to be green, blue, red. I guess it depends what else we can pull out of blue, though. But the fact that we pulled Oko out of a draft is ridiculous. The only bad news to that is Oko. We're gonna have Oko, but then we can't play it. It's standard. But he'll be broken for this, so we need to focus on being able to play Oko. Of course, you're not guaranteed to get him every game. Opt may be a pick here. Tome Raider's not bad either. Yeah, we need to focus on adding blue cards. Green and... blue and green. Yeah, and we'll have to decide whether or not we actually want to stick with this red. Because we could still fit if we go blue, green, red. We say, yeah, we got Revenge of Ravens, but Oko's better. So you play that, and you forget the fact that you have Revenge of Ravens because this just is nuts. So I think that's what we have to do, is forget that black exists. We forget black, we forget white, and we go red, green, blue. If that's the case, we can't take the Savvy Hunter necessarily. It is a good card, but we'd have to have mana fixing. We only have one card that actually does mana fixing right now. Right? So Savvy Hunter's probably out. Even though it is a really good card. It is a really good card. Is it better? Well, the fact that it's uncommon means if we want it, we need to pick it now. But our other options are Opt, which is pretty good. So Tiny, which is better. Tome Raider, which is also better. So I think we need to go with blue. I think we need to take the blue card here. I think Savvy Hunter's okay. It's okay, right? That's about it. Well, it's actually really good, but it's not in our it's not in our color pie anymore, right? That's the problem. I'm trying to decide if there's any possibility that we would go blue, green, black as opposed to blue, green, red. I don't think Savvy Hunter's better than Grumgully. Also, there's, by the way, just, human. So he doesn't get a bonus from Grumgully. I don't think we can justify black even with Revenge of Ravens. It might be a little too late to actually splash black. We have to go blue now. Not even as a splash, but I think we have to focus on blue. So I'm going to take the Tome Raider here. Mystical Dispute. Sir Eleonora, Once and Future, are uncommons to look at. And there's some other stuff. There's Runaway Together. There's Tome Raider. There's actually quite a decent There's a Carver. Like, there's a decent amount of stuff in this pack. This is a good pack. This is a really good pack. Sir Eleonora is considered very strong. This is a 5-mana 0/4 human knight. Its power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Spells your opponent's cast. The target Sir Eleonora costs 2 more to cast. Wow, that's really crazy. But we'd have to really focus on blue from here on out. We'd have to go really heavy. So I think we're green-blue with whatever we can, you know, maybe we barely splash red. Ooh, it's a weird spot to be in. 2 blue, though. This is a really strong card. We already said we have to go heavy. We're going to take it. All right, there's a corridor monitor. I don't think... It doesn't sound like it's that great. Yeah, it's not all that great. We should focus on blue and green then. In which case we do have a Carver. I think a Carver's still a good card. Even though it doesn't fit into the non-human aspect. That's going to be minimized, though, by the fact that we might just be splashing red at the very least anyway. So I think we can forget about the non-human element. And just run with Garenberg Carver. Alright, Giant Opportunity. Looks like the card to take. Didn't say please isn't bad, but we are going to have some problems fitting that in. And this is an uncommon. We're just going to take the Giant Opportunity here and hope for the best. Merfolk's Secret Keeper is pretty good. We already have Insatiable Appetite. We don't need these colors. We're probably not going to... There's very little possibility. Reaper Knight is a really awesome card. Not going to lie. Reaper is really good. But we've already got some other like absolute bombs that we're going to play instead. We can't afford to go double black. Like that, we don't even know if we're going to play black. So I think we take the Secret Keeper here. This is going to be really difficult to assemble, but we'll figure it out. Innkeeper's a strong card. We do have a couple of adventures. We might be able to get an extra little bit of card draw out of it. We're going to take the Innkeeper. Mistford River Turtle. Blue and 3/1/5. When it attacks, another target attacking non-human creature can't be blocked this turn. Interesting. We got the Rosethorn Acolyte, which is green 2 for a 2/3 elf druid, which you can tap for any color. That's a mana fix, which is pretty nice. And it's an adventure card. I think I'm going to take that over the turtle. I'm going to look, see where that turtle... Yeah, it's not rated that high. Yeah, I'm going to take the Acolyte here for some mana fixing. Okay. Rosethorn Halberd. Garenbrig Paladin. Then enters attached to a non-human you control, +2/+1. How's the world without Oko? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I drafted him. I don't know what world you're talking about. In draft, yep, he's right here. Yep. In draft, Oko still lives. Yeah, baby. Yeah, we drafted Oko. He was our first pick in the second pack. He's banned. You can tell. It says right here, banned in standard and traditional standard. So how's the world with Oko? I hope it's good. We were actually going red-green with a splash of black from our first pack openings, right? The first round, and then Oko dropped into our lap, and we're like, well, this has to change. So now we're going green-blue. Yeah. I mean, the card's so powerful, it's been banned in multiple formats. So, yeah, we're going green-blue now. We ended up with a Sir Eleonora as well. So, yeah, things changed quickly. Let's see. I don't know if we can actually get that paladin to play. He's pretty cool, though, and he's a knight, which is cool. Equipping this to a non-human. Have a scary creature? 3/3 elk. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it changed things quite a bit. We don't have a lot of really high casting cost stuff, though. We're probably not even playing a lot of red, so this probably isn't getting played. So that leaves our big bomb right now, mana-wise, at 5 with Sir Eleonora. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Garen Brig, I think. I'm going to take Garen Brig. Garen Brig Paladin is kind of middle of the pack. Rosethorn Halberd is a little bit lower. So I'm going to take the Paladin here. We got Opt. We got So Tiny. I'll take So Tiny, I think. I wouldn't mind the Opt, but this is pretty good to stop things. Essentially removal. Once in future. What do we got here? Return target card from your graveyard to hand. Put one other target card from graveyard top of your library. Exile this. Right. You put them both to your hand. I don't think that's all that. Yeah, it's middle of the pack. Garen Brig Carver we already do have. But I feel we're a little low creature-wise. I don't think once in future... I mean, this could help to bring back an Oko if they find a way to get rid of it. May not be the worst thing ever. I'm looking to see if we can fill the deck sans all these red cards that we picked. We didn't pick that many, actually. We got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Grumgully, and we might be able to still splash red. So, and obviously I think, even though Revenge of Ravens is a cool card, I think we need to splash red if we're going to splash a color. So, I'm going to go ahead and take Once in Future here. We might need it. Wolf's Quarry, Return to Nature. Probably Return to Nature. It's got a little bit more use. I would say it's got a little bit more use. Wolf's Quarry gives us food tokens, which is cool. Return to Nature's removal. Wolf's Quarry could give us all the extra food tokens, though. How many ways do we have to generate food? Well, Oko generates food. Right? Yeah, he creates food, which is interesting. We have the Ginger Brutes for a little bit of food. I don't think we're ever actually going to cast Wolf's Quarry, though. It's just way too much for way too little, if you ask me. Yeah. So, I think we're going to just take Return to Nature here. And then we have a red cap over an Insatiable Appetite. Ooh, that's really questionable because I don't know if we're even going to be able to play enough red. But if we are, red cap is pretty good. I don't think I need another Insatiable Appetite. We have one of each. And if I do get a chance to play 2 of something, it would be that. And we get another Insatiable Appetite. Okay. Easy. All right. So, Murderous Rider is a really good card. But it doesn't fit our... It does not fit our current strategy. So, that's unfortunate. In fact, most of these... Burning Yard Trainer, so we probably are going to be splashing a little bit of red. I feel like we're probably going to splash red. We're going to be green-blue with a little bit of red. Let's take a look at this. Burning... What is that? Burning Yard? Burning Man Trainer. He's middle of the pack. Embereth Shieldbreaker is also middle of the pack. As far as uncommons, and I mean, Murderous Rider's a great card, but we need to draft stuff we can actually use. So, where does Wistful Merfolk set? That doesn't seem that great. It's middle of the pack, but it's in terms of blue, it's just not great. 3/2 defender that can lose defender and become a human, which kind of plays against some of the stuff that we're doing. I don't need another Ginger Brute, that's for sure. Curious Pair would get a food token. That's interesting to think about, but I think we should grab one of the uncommons. I really think we should grab an uncommon. I don't know if we can afford to splash. It's Human Knight. He gives bonuses to other knights, which is kind of cool, but I don't think that... I mean, a +2 is really good. And Trample. The haste part, probably not all that important, at least what he gives the other. Him himself is kind of cool, but again, we're probably only just splashing red. Oh, that's tough. I think we need to focus on the fact that we need to play green and blue. So, I think we should probably just take the best within our color. Which, Curious Pair is not all that great. Garenbrig Squire is not all that great. We're in a weird spot at the moment here. Yeah, Garenbrig Squire, not great. Curious Pair is a little bit better. It's an adventure card, which helps us draw from the innkeeper or whatever that is. So there's that, and it generates a food token, which helps with the giants. I like it better than the Wistful Merfolk. I like it better than Garenbrig Squire here. I think it's Curious Pair. I don't think we have room for these. Mainly because they're not in color. They're not in the color we're playing, and that's really unfortunate. So, yeah, I think we take what's in our color. Alright, we got a Flaxen Intruder. That's not terrible. We already picked a Once in Future. I don't think we're going to take another one. There's Didn't Say Please. We already do have a Carver. That's a human, but we're probably going to use the Adventure. It's a really strange... I don't know. I don't know if I like Flaxen Intruder that well. Even as an adventure. Didn't Say Please might be the better choice here. Didn't Say Please is technically better, but we're really going to have to go hard on the blue cards. We need to, though. We need to. I think we're going to have to take the counter. Mantle of Tide's not terrible. Lucky Clover is ridiculous. And I think that's what we have to take. Golden Egg is good. Golden Egg is probably better, actually, than Lucky Clover. Most of the adventures that we have aren't... Well, there's the Mill, which makes Lucky Clover really cool. There's Generate a food token, so we get an extra one of those. Not terrible. Adding mana. Racer Riley, what's going on? The adventure from Carver is... It's good, but, it doesn't need to be doubled. Right. So, Lucky Clover, I think, I think Golden Egg is probably better. Golden Egg gives us the ability to do mana fixing. It's food, and it draws us a card. So I'm pretty sure Golden Egg is the choice here. Lucky Clover and Golden Egg are both about equal in terms of power. Out of the two for this deck, I think Golden Egg is probably just overall better. Lucky Clover is still a good card. Odds of us seeing Golden Egg, if we took Lucky Clover now, basically what I'm saying is we have to choose, because odds are we're not getting we're getting one or the other by the time this pack comes back around. The other piece will be gone. So, between the two, I think the Golden Egg helps our deck a little bit more than Lucky Clover does. I'm going to take the Golden Egg. How you doing tonight, Riley? We got Mystical Dispute, which would help with counters. Another Secret Keeper. Ooh. Riley says, just came here. Now I have to go. Don't feel that good. Throat hurts. You left school early today. You need sleep. Yeah, no worries. No worries, girl. We're, a lot of people are sick. Like I said, I think I'm coming down with something, but I'm trying my best to fight it. So, that said, excuse me. I think between the two, I think I'd rather have the Merfolk Secret Keeper over the Mystical Dispute. But Mystical Dispute's not terrible. Yeah, it's a weird spot. I'm going to take the mill. We might get some mill opportunity. We have a lot of little dudes, but it's all good. Unexplained Vision, huh? Unexplained Vision. Where does that sit? That sits at a pretty good spot, actually. Wildwood Tracker's not terrible, but draw 3 cards, Adamant, Scry 3. I think I'm going to go with that. That changes up some of my options. Oh, these are all in colors we can't take, or we've chosen not to, I should say. Didn't say please again, or Mistford Turtle. I think I'm going to take the turtle here. Ooh, I don't know, though. This could really help with the mill strategy. No, I like the turtle. It gives us a good blocker. And allows us to maybe send something through to be unblockable. Right? So, I think I have to take the Twiddle. Alright. Another Merfolk Secret Keeper. Ooh. That's scary. I wouldn't mind the spider for blocking. It's a good question. Spider versus Secret. This would be our third Secret Keeper, which would really help to mill the crap out of people. Sporecap Spider, though, is a really solid, just kind of block kind of card. It's not necessarily ranked really high, but it's a solid card. I think I need to take the solid card, but at the same time, if we can really pull that mill... Well, honestly, if we would have taken Lucky Clover, I would say Secret Keeper would be better, because we'd be getting double effect. I didn't know we'd have access to that many Secret Keepers. And we already have a lot of one-drop cards as it is. I think I actually have to go with the spider here. Will I be playing the spider? Most likely. I mean, I got competition in 1 and 3 both. The Innkeeper gives us card draw out of the Secret Bringer. There's a good argument for either of them. There really is. We're more likely... Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about this one. I mean, we could go hard with Secret Keeper and probably just mill some people out. Whereas Spider helps defend our ability to do stuff. We want to defend Mr. Naughty here. I think it's probably to defend him. Take the Spider. And I think we're going to take the Tree Folk here. We don't have a lot of big stuff. I don't think the Witch's Oven is going to do anything for us. I mean, yeah, we could sack some cards, but the food tokens, to get extra food tokens, would it be worth? I don't know about that. I think the Tree Folk's probably a slightly better pick here. They're ranked about the same if you look at it by tier list. I think I'd rather have the creature. And it also has an adventure. This gets us food tokens, but we have ways to make food tokens. We're not hurting for that. I'm gonna take the Tree Folk. Well, Barge In never does much. Shining Armor's out of color. We already have a weapon rack we're probably not going to use. We already have 2 Ginger Brutes. We don't have a lot of 2-drops. Yeah, we don't have a lot of 2-drops, so maybe we take the Garenbrig Squire. Scrying from the Prophet isn't terrible, and it's something we can cast pretty much anywhere because of the colorless. So basically, do we want to fill out the 2 slot? This is an adventure-ish card. I think we have ways... We don't need the scry off of this guy, though, because we do have Unexplained Vision and a couple other card draw mechanics. I think we take the Squire here. Okay. A lot of green in this pack. Might take the Flaxen Intruder just to get early card draw. We're probably never playing the adventure from it. I guess we could take another Once in Future. A lot of these are things we already have. I don't think the Adamant may come off of this very well. We're probably going to be a little bit heavier blue than green. So another one of these doesn't really help us. This is the card we don't have anything of yet, but it's not the best thing ever. Honestly, I think Carver might be a little bit better. This would help us to draw a card right away, though. If we get the Innkeeper out, right? They're both human, so that cancels out any of that Grumgully stuff, which we may not even be able to access. We may not even be going any red at all. So I guess the Intruder, because you want to just play the card. And it's got some removal aspect to it. We could team it up with the say we need to get it through so we can destroy a artifact or enchantment, right? The only way we could get it through unblocked with, did we take the turtle? Yeah. We could run the, oh, it's non-human. Never mind. Never mind. Non-human. Never mind. That's not happening. Can't sneak you through. Humans do not ride turtles. Sorry, guys. So that means we're not getting that through. At least not very well. Not without some other... We could go buffs or something. How are we on 4 drops? So our choice is either another Once in Future. I don't think it's Garen Brigg. So it's either another Once in Future, another Garen Brigg Carver, or an Elven Intruder, or Flaxen Intruder. And I can't see us actually getting more than the card draw out of that, which might be good enough by itself. I don't think the actual ability is ever going to go off. The odds of us getting through to destroy something, probably not very high. Once in Future would help us, but, I mean, that's relying really heavily on spells, probably a little too much. Adventures in general are kind of slow, but we do have a lot of, like, cheap cards that we're going to be able to play quickly. I think maybe the Carver's the actual pick. Once in Future, though, would help us to kind of recycle this, the Merfolk BS. You get 2 cards, one to your hand, one on top, and if you adamant, they both go to hand. Can I afford to run 2 of those, though? Slow is what it is. It's slow. Adventures on the whole, though, are also slow. Right, so there's that. You spend mana to play the adventure, then you spend mana to play the creature later. Right? This is more flexible. How are we on creatures that we're actually going to play? Let's look at that. We got 2, 3. Those are maybes. We'll say 5. They are food, so 6, 7, 8. This red is questionable, but we'll just count all the creatures together total for now. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think we need to take a creature just so we have more options. For 4 drops, what are we actually playing? The Turtle, a Carver, and then we have spells. Probably the Ogre, if we can afford to put it in mana-wise. So that's not a lot of 4 drops in terms of creatures, really, but yeah, I think the choice is Carver. It's not bad for card draw, though. We do kind of have some card draw. I'm going to take the Carver anyway. There's none of those weird spots. We already have 2 Raging Redcaps. I don't think any of these help us at all. Yeah, I don't see where any of these help us at all. The fact that we already have 2 Raging Redcaps, the odds of us playing 3 are probably, that's 0. I'd imagine that's 0. And this isn't going to go anywhere with us. I'm just going to take the Jousting Dummy. just to have something different. We're going to take another Ogre Errant here. I guess I'll grab the Wildwood Tracker. Attacks or blocks if we control another non-human. Yeah, that should happen. We may not even run it. I don't know if... That could be a 4 mana for a 2/3 flying every turn. And pump, but... I think we have better ways to use our mana. I'll take the tracker. We end up with a Lost Legion. Okay. Right, so, about halfway through our draft, a weird thing happened. Yeah, pretty much halfway through, the beginning of our second pack, we were offered Oko. And obviously, when you're offered Oko, you take Oko. So, what we now need to do is build the deck based on the fact that Oko is part of our stupidity. So, we have Oko. We're definitely running giant opportunities to draw or to make giants out of food tokens. We're definitely running these for extra mill and BS. We're definitely running that because, I mean, it's card draw and it's harder to stop. And we're going to probably be running heavy blue in the first place. We're going to take the turtle. We're going to take the vision. I think we're pretty much just taking all of these. Card draw's pretty good. It's not the best thing ever, but it's not the worst thing ever either. Let's hold off for a minute, and let's get some green in here. Innkeeper. Innkeeper. We'll run the Once in Future. We'll grab the Spinning Wheel. The Golden Egg. Got 11 cards left to play. I wouldn't mind splashing a little red, but we may not have to. Is it worth? Let's take a look at that real quick. This, I think, is kind of the crux of the argument. If we splash red, we have access to Ogre Errant, Raging Redcap, some card draw, which we don't need from here because we have Unexplained Vision, Searing Barrage, so a little bit of removal. That's really all we have access to. That said, it's not terrible. But we have alternatives. We do have alternatives. Running 3 colors is harder than running 2. Let's see if we can build it as 2 colors and forget Grumgully because... Okay. We have a human here. You ready to see some elks? Yeah. We have a human here. We have a human here. Okay, so right now we're not running a lot of humans, but if we went full green-blue, we would have more humans because of green. We got human soldier, human warrior, human peasant, etc. So our human count would go up quite a bit. Unless, of course, we wanted to run a little more red, but then we're not really splashing red. And I think it'd probably be better if we're stronger blue. Right now we're about even green and blue. If we add any red, we kind of disrupt things a little bit. So let's try to run this 2 colors and see what we do with it. Right? So... we're going to want some big cards, which we don't have too many of, but we don't have that many big red cards either. So, Garen Brig is okay. It's not necessary, but it's okay. All right, let's look at what we have. We've got some 1-drops already. We've got no 2-drop creatures at the moment. Curious Pair fits pretty well. Garen Brig fits okay. I mean, we're probably playing So Tiny. I can't see why we wouldn't. It's just a good way to stop stuff. How many spells do we have currently? 8. Wow, that's really high. Well, I should say non-creatures, but Giant Opportunity is technically a creature spell. At least we're going to try to play it as a creature spell, at least one of them. And then Oko, of course, isn't a creature spell, but it's ridiculous. So that 8 non-creatures is really more like 5 or 6 at the moment when you think about it. So really more like 6. So we're sitting pretty good. So 2 drops. 2 drops. Well, we don't have any blue 2 drops. We're ignoring black. In fact, we might as well just look at blue, green, and artifact at the moment. Of course, we didn't have that many red. We don't have any red 2 drops other than this card, which isn't not what I would call a drop necessarily. So you're not missing anything out of there. My biggest argument would probably be the Ogre Errant, just because it gives menace. That's kind of a cool ability. It's a nice solid creature. It's the only reason that I would... I mean, you add that with some of the other stuff we could do, but again, it's about color, right? It's about making sure our color is good. So I think to that end, we need to just run 2 drops in our colors. In which case, the Furious Pair works pretty well. I will probably run the Squire. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. 3 drops. Giant Opportunity, not really a 3-drop. We don't have a lot in the 3-drop creature land, so we're going to go ahead and just grab the Tome Raider and the Spider. Probably the Acolyte. 35. We need 5 more cards. Are there any spells here that we absolutely have to have? Didn't Say Please is not bad, but it's not a have to. Insatiable Appetite, also not bad. What's the rest of our... We don't have a lot of 4s. We have a lot of 3s. We could use even a couple more 2s. We just don't have a lot of them. Of course, we're making up for that with 1s that have adventures. So, kind of a 2-drop. Right? Secret Keeper could be a 2-drop. You play it, you adventure it for 1, you play it again. You play it as a creature. So, 4s. Well, in the 4 slot, we got Carvers, which are pretty good. We're going to play at least 1. Probably both. We got the Turtle. Is that going to do much for us? It's just a good blocker. I'm not really so much worried about the other side of it. Just the body to block is really all I think is the most important. We are heavier in green than blue right now. But that said, we don't have much other blue, so... And I don't think Weapon Rack is... I don't think we have room for that. Didn't Say Please is okay to help balance out the color distribution. So I might take it just for that. That and the fact that it still works. It's counter with some mill. Yeah. Right? And counter actually works pretty well with the fact that you're playing cards like Carver or any combat trick, right? Because you can leave mana open to play stuff. So that works out either way. We got room for 3 more cards. They pretty much have to be creatures. Means we don't get to use Insatiable Appetite. It means we don't get to use Tall as a Beanstalk. Or Return to Nature or Weapon Rack. I think I can live without those. Insatiable can be good. It's an interesting combat trick, but we do have combat tricks with the Carvers. I do need another 4-drop, and I think Carver's the only real pick there. Need 2 more cards. We got... Curve's not looking too bad. We don't have a lot of 2-drops, but again, our 1-drops will probably take care of that. We can just fix that by, you know, having more, we can fix that with, I guess, 1s and 3s. Technically, we have lots of 3s. We actually don't have a lot of 3-drop creatures chosen at the moment. Giant Opportunity kind of is, but we have to have the food tokens for it, so I don't count it as a 3-drop. So I think we're going to take the Acolyte here. It gives us a 2/3 body, a possible adventure. This is a good spot for Acolyte, actually, because if we're a little bit less blue than we, you know, on board land-wise, we can always convert it with the Acolyte. So I'm going to take the I'm going to play a Rosethorn Acolyte here. And then, last card. We're down to the last card. We got lots of 3s. Our curve's doing a big middle finger. Big middle finger kind of curve. It's Oko flipping off the rest of the the rest of the drafters tonight. That's what that is. We got room for just about anything at this point. It should be a creature, so the tracker, I think it's okay, but we got a lot of humans, so I don't think he's really that good. Ginger Brute is fine. We could just run a Ginger Brute. Or we could go a little bit bigger and run a Garenbrig Paladin, which is harder to block. I don't know. I think it's a choice between a Ginger Brute or a Garenbrig. Like Oko. You don't really care for Standard. Yeah, Standard's kind of a weird spot. You know, they banned a handful of stuff today. You heard about that, right? Or actually, the other day, they banned not just that, but I think I heard that Veil of Summer and, well, what's the, hold on. I took a picture in Discord of what got banned. You saw that. I know you did. Let me go take a look so I can remember. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Veil of Summer. We knew Field of the Dead was going out. But, yeah. So now green got hit pretty hard in that respect. Oko kind of needed banned, though. Let's admit. That was a ridiculous. We could... I think we probably will get the Adamant here. I don't think it'd be that hard to get the Adamant. So it might help to just have a nice big-ish creature over a Ginger Brute. I think it plays a little bit more into... but food tokens. Biggest reason for not liking Standard is the rotation. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, have you heard, there are some, I'm sure you have, if you probably keep up with Magic enough to have heard that they're talking about making remastered older sets for Arena. Supposedly what it sounds like they're going to do is try to fill out basically Pioneer to match current, yeah. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. I wouldn't mind if there were older cards. Yeah, I would love the fact that there were older cards, that they don't just, it's like, oh, these are the sets that were out when we released the game, so we're not going to go backwards. I'd be happy if they went backwards. I say that, but then I go, financially speaking, I wonder how they're going to release that because, there's a set every 3 months. Right? You have to keep up. And then on top of that, backwards, releases. Ooh. I don't know, man. And I hope they're somewhat generous. And I hope that if they're going to do that, that means they're going to support the older format. Right? So historic won't be this like semi-hidden you know, thing and brawl and all that. Like, I hope they don't, you know, they need to change that. They're also talking about multiplayer being a thing. Okay, so Ginger Brute or Garen Brigg Paladin? We have a lot of 1-drops already. That said, that's kind of making up for the fact that we don't have a lot of 2-drops. I think it's Garen Brigg, just so we have something big at the end. Big-ish. Because I don't think we're winning the game with pinging a damage all the time, which is kind of what Ginger Brute does. However, it is a food token, which helps us work the giant opportunity. But we have other ways to make food. We got Curious Pear. We got Oko. Is that all we got to make food tokens? We have a golden egg, which is food. We don't have a lot of ways to make food, but we have some repeatable ways to make. We have a repeatable way to make food. So that's questionable. He is a food token, or at least, yeah, he can be. Versus this. And the fact that we have 2 of these, we could use one to create tokens and the other one to make the giant. So, I think we need ways to... I think we need to be defensive until we get our Oko, right? That's what I think. So I think Garen Brigg's probably the choice. The earliest set you need is Modern Masters. Oh, man, I don't even know how far back. I think some of the last sets I actually paid attention to before Arena came out was probably around Return to Ravnica. I mean, I remember some of the Eldrazi stuff. I don't even remember where that was. I think that was even before Return to Ravnica. I don't know. I'm fuzzy on it because I wasn't playing a lot of Magic then. Wasn't playing a lot of Magic. I actually got out of Magic probably not long after. I took a break during the Kamigawa block. Came back for a little bit, mostly to do EDH, or whatever you want to call it, Commander. So wasn't really paying attention to too much stuff, other than stuff you would want in that. Alright, I think that's the deck. Let's look real quick. Average is 3.1. That seems okay. We got some card draw. We got some adventures. We got some Okos. Let's do it, right? I think the land distribution is probably about right. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's fine. Yeah, let's go. Whoops, wait. There we go. Okay. That screen messed me up a minute. Messed me up for a second. Something about it made me think like I was back to the main screen. I don't know why. I'm like, wait, what happened? No, I'm not on the main screen. This is the play screen. I don't know. I was confused for a second. I had one of those like brain fart things happen. Oh no. Time Shift Scourge or Modern Masters. Oh man. From the Vault Dragons. I remember Scourge. Jeez. That goes back. Time Spiral. Time Spiral was crazy. Ooh. It's a little bit too blue and not a lot in terms of what we need to start with. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this. Wow, that's funny. It's funny, but I guess it's keepable. 2-turn win. Nice. I'm going to keep the lands. I think I'm going to throw the Carver back. We got a couple of him. I know it's weird to say we're going to keep Eleonora, but I mean, if we can get that out, man, that'll be pretty good. Yeah. Alright, game. We need some islands. Quit fiddling with me here now. Two-turn win. Nice. Dragon Storm. Storm is crazy. Oh, yeah. Did you see the, what was it? The mystery packs for IRL Magic? Did you hear about, there's a card, a playtest card that was a Sliver Eldrazi? Oh, it was, ugh. Just makes you, ugh. Alright, game, we need islands. Quit doing this. Yeah, it was an Eldrazi Sliver. Like, you sickos. Yeah. Yeah, it did pretty much what you thought it would do, too. I don't really need... I could still use this blocker. It's okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and adventure this. I'm fine with this. We're getting land screwed right now. Where's our islands at, guys? The one card we can cast doesn't do anything for us. Well, I guess it gets the golden egg back. Not much I can do about that. Yep. Well, I guess I can once and future those back. I got no other choices next turn. We are getting heavy land screwed right now, though. I don't think I'm going to need... I hope I'm not going to need that food token. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this now. There's an island. That's quite helpful. That's an instant. I can wait on that. I'll do it on his turn. I might use it to get my merfolk back. Okay. Guess I'll go ahead and do this now. Right. And there's an island. Good deal. Very nice. Cool. That works. And we're going to say done. Got mana open to do some stuff if we need to. I don't care about that. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
I will invert the world to watch kings grovel and worms rule.
I may hold the land just so this keeps its power. I think we're going to go with food token this turn. I don't need to Elkify. I could Elkify, but what's the point? Right? Could Elkify the Curious Pair. That's probably helpful, actually.
dear.
And we'll just say done. I'm gonna keep the food as keep the food for now. We're just gonna snowball now. Let's see what he does. He's got priority. He's got to play first. We're going to let it go. Because if I empty this, he could buff there. And I need the counter spell open.
Why do you cross me?
Nope. Okay.
Let's broaden your existence.
And I'm going to hold those cards. That's gross. Mm-hmm.
I invite you to change your ways.
This guy. Hmm.
Ooh, I feel so alive. Surely you see the humor here.
All right. Two flyer. Okay.
Let's broaden your existence.
Just got to defend Oko. Oh, snap. Yep, it's over. Got him, boys. Yep. Dadoko. This is okay. Not great, but it's okay. What you got there? Tracker? Okay. So does he got a combat trick? Kind of tells me he has a combat trick. I think I'm going to let him use it now if he has it. That's fine. Oh. Weird. Okay. I see. It's got flash. I could always wait. Yeah, I'm gonna just pass turn. I just play it as flash. Oh, really? I mean, okay. I don't like it. Looks like a combat trick. But if it's even if it's a +2/+2, they still die? I'll say okay. Alright, I need not lands, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this for food tokens. Oh, come on. We don't need lands. You see what's going on here? We're getting mana screwed. Now we're flooded, I should say. We're dying because we don't have we have too many lands. We're going to sack our foods. We drew another land. So, there you go. That happens. I think we know who's responsible for this. I think we know exactly who's responsible for this. Isn't that right, Ben? I think we know who's responsible. The flannel beast strikes again, guys. Land. Oh, by the way, land. Land. Wow, that's a lot of land. Speaking of land, a lot of blue land. I guess we get to play the turtle, but... Ugh. I guess... More land. Just what we wanted. I mean, we could use forest. That'd be alright. Or not. That's fine too. We only need half our mana base to play, right? That's how that works. Yeah, I don't think buffing like that is necessarily the right choice, but... Wow, did this guy really go 7 dwarves? Interesting. They got it. Ooh, he's got it. Interesting. Alright. Ooh, and we draw more green. Well, we have to do this. Oh dear. Are we dead? Wow. Alright, well that happened. We drew no forest for several turns, and our opponent steamrolled us with dwarf and knights. I mean, I'm not really mad at him. A little more mad at the fact we didn't get forest for like 3 turns, you know, at all. But bold move, bold move. What did we? What even happened there? Did we see? Did anyone get the number of that truck? I'm telling you, man. When the beast strikes, the flannel beast strikes, you're doomed. We're gonna keep this hand. And we're gonna hope that we can get an island. That golden egg helps. Nice. Bell of the Brawl, huh? Menace is a bit of a problem. Can't play him without some support. That's all right. Get destroyed.
about me is absolute nonsense and absolutely true. I think a little merriment is in order.
Yeah, play that dude. Turn it into an elk. It's a nice elk you're gonna have there.
I invite you to change your ways.
It's a tree felk. I mean, you know, you didn't say please. Are you kidding me? So you got a lash poison, I guess? Heh. Ain't dumb enough to fall for that. Daruk. This is fine. Get an island, we can start doing stuffs. No reason to do that. Well, they're yeah, they're kind of is. All right, I'm on that. Yeah, you didn't need those. Let's go, bro. Casting the Carver. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's pretty good. You have card draw. So do I. Okay. That's unfortunate. Power 3 or less? Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Alright. Hmm. Oh boy, the buffs stay everywhere. Doesn't have a food, though. Guess we're gonna butt heads. Getting dicey. Getting dicey. I'll play it. Right, they got the card advantage, but I can start tapping things down. Oof, that's harsh. I'm willing to take 8 this turn. Yeah. I need to be able to tap that guy down. Well, not tapping that guy down means I lose like a 3-2. I think I need to play this. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's some insane card draw. Ooh, it's not good. Right. It's not looking good. That's a start, I guess. Play that for survival. Ooh, that doesn't do much for us. Scry, ouch. Yeah, we don't have much choice. I think we gotta just suck it up. I can't possibly think of what we could draw here that's gonna do anything to get around this. We don't have a board removal. And we drew a land. Yeah. GG. Alright. We got bricked. Got bricked. Twice to mana screw. 2 of our losses were mana screw without it out. It's unfortunate. Oh well. We get some gems. I'll take that. We'll go ahead and crack the packs open for you guys now. All right. What do we got? Oakham Ranger, Hypnotic Sprite. Not bad. Not bad. Charming Prince. Human Noble, 2 mana, 2/2. Choose one when it enters. Scry 2, gain 3 life. Or exile another target creature you own. Return it to the battlefield under control. Beginning of the next end step. So it can rescue some people. Very flexible card. That's pretty cool. That's not too bad. Shambling Suit. Righteousness. Good card. Very cool. Alright. Are you going to open for me there? Or what do we got? We got a Witch's Vengeance. 2 black and 1 sorcery. Creatures of the creature type of your choice. -3/-3. Not too bad. That's an interesting card. Yeah. Good way to stop, I guess, that, tribal. So. Alright, well, like I said, guys, we are not going to stick around too extra late tonight. I need to get up in the morning, get stuff done. And we don't really have enough time to start another draft, so we're going to call it. we are going to call it. I thank everybody for coming out tonight. Looks like we got a pretty small group. Most of them are on YouTube. We can't really host over there anyway. So we're just going to leave you to your own devices instead of a specific host tonight. We're just going to head on out. We'll be back tomorrow, and as far as I know, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with, excuse me, I believe Cat Quest 2. It's either that or Lord of the Rings Online. Those 2 days may get swapped. The best way to know what we're actually doing tomorrow will probably be to hang out over in the Discord. I'll make sure to notify people in there. Which reminds me, Twitter and Discord also good. Both of those are good for if you want to know when I go live or when you want to know about free games, because giveaways, free games, all that kinds of cool stuff goes up on both of those. So if you like free stuff, go check that out. The Discord and Twitter. Anything else to say? If you haven't already, follow, subscribe, whatever on the platform of your choice that you're currently watching on. And real quick, I give a shout out to my wonderful patrons. They are a great people. They are the best people. They keep the Minecraft server going on Monday. They help with upgrades. Hopefully by the end of this year into next year, we'll have a new setup and have a something better to run with. Like this computer's still working, but it's starting to lag behind in terms of hardware. So we're gonna upgrade. I wouldn't necessarily call it Windows 10 an upgrade, but I guess we're gonna bite the bullet with that one. I might think about even like running some kind of system, maybe partitioning, and maybe fiddling with Linux a little bit. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm very much thinking about it. There's a lot of changes going on, but there's a lot of stuff you can't do with Linux. There's still a lot of stuff you can. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. But I mean, yeah, the Windows 10 thing is still gonna have to happen, I think. You know, in the end, I think that's probably the case. Anyway, that's all tech stuff for a much different night, much different discussion. We're going to head out. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Like I said, Lord of the Rings or Cat Quest 2. Lord of the Rings Online, that is, or Cat Quest 2. And we'll see you guys then. Y'all take care. Have a good one. And we'll see you.